So I've just started doing some packing for the Saskatoon Gun and Antiques show, and got one one crate basically packed. I had these crates custom made years ago to do shows with. They're all basically the same size, so they can set up and stack and such and be used as shelving as well as transporting the goods. So I've got, I think, 7 of them, something like that. And anyway, so I've got some stuff packed already. Some things I just literally put in bags to protect them from rubbing, especially if they're paper, like cardboard boxes of toys and that sort of thing, or things that really don't need anything like any padding or anything, but should be protected from rubbing on the sides of the box or other items. So that's what I've done, like this decoy and such. They don't really need padding, but they do need some protection. So it's easy enough to throw them in a plastic bag. Unfortunately, a lot of the stores are no longer using plastic bags, so I'm going to be short on them. And I usually give them away, obviously, to customers who are using them to transport their goods that they've purchased from me away. So anyway, that's what I've done so far. I usually pack while I'm dealing with customers, or when there's customers in the store, just to kind of keep busy. And so that's when I usually pack, but I do spend some time as well just packing on my own when there's nobody in the store. So anyway, there will be some more to come, and I'll show you kind of the process, which is essentially walking around the store and looking at some of the merchandise and deciding whether I want to take it or not. I'm trying not to take anything that I took last year to the same show. There's no use duplicating something that didn't sell, with possible exceptions of area histories, Saskatchewan area histories. So I probably will take a crate worth of them as well, but we'll see. We'll see what else goes. But anyway, I basically use newspaper and such for wrapping, for padding and such. And I usually take some spare newspaper as well to wrap customers' merchandise as well. So anyway, this is just the preliminary packing, so there'll be much more to come. So I've got a little more packed. Not a lot, just a little bit. Filled up a smaller fruit crate. One of the things with packing, especially the crates, is packing so that nothing is above this line, so you can not end up damaging the inventory. So yeah, you want to be able to stack the crates and stuff up, or bins. If you've got, if you're using those blue tubs, I find them a little problematic at times. If you do use those tubs, when you put a lot of weight on them, they crush, and you end up with damaged goods or a tower of tubs falling over. That's why I like the wood crates. They're sturdy. Lids would be good too. If I had lids, that would be better, but whatever. So I make do with the crates. You can use soda crates as well, without the dividers in them, if you can find a bunch that are the same size and solid down the sides. When there's a big gap at the bottom edge, you tend to lose inventory or have stuff sticking out and it gets damaged. So anyway, it's kind of like a puzzle, putting stuff in. If you're good at puzzles, you can easily put stuff in at different angles and stuff, and put it in upside down or whatever, just to fill a certain hole and not damage the stuff around it as well. So you got to kind of think while you're packing as to what's going in. After a while, it becomes automatic, and you can just kind of quickly put stuff in. Sometimes it takes a bit of practice, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to walk around the shop a little bit and maybe pull the odd thing and see what we can take with us. So anyway, let's go. I kind of look for kind of guyish stuff at this show, something that's guy oriented, because it is kind of a gun show, so you know there's that aspect of it. There's stuff that I've already taken that I'm not going to take this time around, so I don't want to take stuff that didn't sell last time. This isn't really a glass show, so I'll be leaving a lot of this glass stuff kind of behind. I don't like packing glass to begin with, so wrapping it and such is annoying. Maybe some Medalta. I might. There's a bit of Medalta here, and I've got Medalta up here, so I might take some Medalta. Yeah, let's pull a couple vases, because Medalta tends to go. That one's scratched, but oh well. Take those two. I'll just take them up to the front, and here we go. I'll just throw them up here for now. Let's see what else. I pulled some catalogs. I'm going to take some catalogs, and it's in Saskatoon, so I figured I'll take a Saskatoon catalog. There's one out of Saskatoon as well, and yeah, just some other catalogs that might be of interest. So we'll see. Anyway, and I'll be packing up these showcases. They fit. Most of them fit all in a crate, so they stack up nice in a crate, and you can put them out, and you can basically just plunk them on the table. They do get sometimes a little bit scattered, so you have to sort them out after the trip, depending upon how much jostling has gone around. But a lot of the cases I put in little boxes so that stuff doesn't move around as much. Otherwise you end up with a heck of a mess and end up spending all your time sorting and arranging your showcases. I know some people pack all their stuff into a bin or a box or whatever, then fill up a showcase with it, and I just don't see that as being really time efficient, time effective. But anyway, more power to them if they want to do that, I suppose, but I don't. So yeah, let's see what else we can come up with here. I took some of this sort of stuff before. It didn't go. All the Staffordshire and kind of glass didn't go last time. I think I took. I'm not sure if I took those before or not. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to look at the video I took last year and see if there's any of them. And I'll have to check. I'm not sure if I brought these last time or not. Let's see what else. Again, I'm not too keen about taking China wares. I think I'll take this clock though. I don't think I took it last year, so we'll take it with us this time. I'll have to wipe it off. It's a little dusty. We'll put it up here for now. Okay, what else? Let's take a walk around. I like to take some of these bigger, or the blow molds, but I'll leave them to the end. I'm just going to put garbage bags or blankets around them and take them like that on top of the load. Probably should take some tools. Let's see. I'm not sure which ones I took last time. Again, I'll maybe go through my video of what I took last time and see what tools I brought, and just bring different ones this time around. We'll see. Let's see, there's a tool. I know I didn't bring that last time. I think I brought the frosted wood, but I'll take it again anyway. Yeah. So yeah, some of this metal stuff I'll be putting in crates rather than packing it with other breakable stuff. Let's see what else we've got. It's kind of a random thing. Just what you kind of think might sell. It's if you could predict what would sell best at some of these general shows, it'd be far easier, but without being able to look into the future, it's a little tough. So, I don't know. Let's take this little sign. Advertising goes, so there's some other neat bits and pieces. I think I'll take that. And there's a few other bits there I'll take as well, but anyway. So yeah, I'll pack up some of that, and I've got to get some paper and such. So anyway, that's it for this moment. Anyway, I'll be adding more, of course, so stay tuned. Well, back to packing. As you can see in this crate, it's kind of like an inventory Jenga, so in reverse. Putting stuff together like a puzzle, like I mentioned, just putting stuff in nooks and crannies, etc. So got those couple Medalta vases, piece of Moorcroft, an advertising mug. So yeah, getting stuff together slowly. So I'm going to gather a few more things. I'm going to head over to the automotive section or gas station section, see what we've got. Let's see, what shall we bring? Maybe an Agricastral tin, Rislone tin. Oh, that one's full. Let's see, what else? Sorry, I get my fingers in the way of the lens there, maybe. And yeah, printer's block, perhaps. Trying to get stuff that has some value. Let's see, what else? Well, hands are kind of full, so I'm just going to haul this stuff back. Be better if I had a cart or something, I suppose, but don't have one at the moment. Normally, if I had a kind of a two-tier cart, I would just fill it up with inventory and then pack it up. But anyway, so I'll put these down here, and usually with the tins I just put them in bags to protect the litho, so that's what I'll do with them. And let's look at some more catalogs, perhaps. Going through that stack, I think, or did I? Don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Oh well, hang on, guys. Okay, just going through a few others. I just needed two hands to pull out a couple of catalogs there, so let's see. Store fixtures 66, that's a maybe. Probably take it with me. They don't take up a lot of room and they retain some decent value, but then they're a little harder to display because you've kind of got to put them all up to make them visible. If you just stack them up and people don't see them and they have no idea what Illustrated catalog. Yeah. Plumbing brass. Yeah, let's try that one. Let's see. And CNC distributors. Sort of looking for stuff that's a little bit oddball, but not really the big book of gifts. Yeah, not really finding too much royal purple. That's possible. And what do we got? That's printer's type. Okay. Well, we'll pull those aside for now. Those three. Put them with the stack. I'm going to basically... Oh, watch that. I'm going to put a whole lot together. I recommend putting paper stuff in sleeves. These sleeves are kind of coming apart. I'm going to have to fix that. But yeah, because they get handled a lot and they can tear pretty easy otherwise. So I'm going to pack up this stuff. I think I'm going to also get a crate and fill up a crate with Saskatchewan area histories, which I have kind of down here. So we'll do that and start filming again. Okay, got the books and such packed over here. Got a full crate of them, and started another crate for catalogs and whatever else. One of the things I do is nest stuff. So if something's hollow and you can safely put another object inside, do it. Kind of maximize your space. So yeah. And yeah, that's basically how it's going. So yeah, we'll show you some more progress in a little bit. Yeah, well, tell you what, I'm going to walk around and see what else I can find here. Yeah, don't know if mid-century modern stuff will go or not. Get Bakelite sets going and such. They tend to sell okay on Etsy though, so let's see. Well, I'll take the, well, I don't know if I gotta still check that video yet. I still haven't, so I don't know whether I've taken those before or not. Oh well. Yeah, we'll see what else. Don't know if I'm going to take any other books or not. Maybe some Wild West sort of stuff. Buffalo Bill. What kind of value? I've got $10 on it, and I've got a $5.99 tag on the back of it. I think I better remove the $5.99 tag. That's should sometimes forget to do that. I hate it when people put tags on stuff that really should be using some lighter fluid to take that off, but oh well. Just peel it off carefully, slow as she goes. There we go. Okay, tag removed. So $10 book, I don't know, not really worth packing. Let's see. Don't know if I've got any other books that are worth taking with me or not that would sell. There's some good books mixed in here, but whether they'd sell at the show or not, I don't know. Anyway, I'll just think on that a bit more. Although I do have some magazines here. Some rod and gun magazines. Let's see. These might go, being a gun show. I don't know if I've priced these though. I really should package them. Again, like I was saying, well, $8. Well, why not? They don't take up a lot of space. Almost not worth taking, but something else to vary the look of the table. Oh, shoot. There we go. And yeah. A little tough to pack when you're only packing with one hand. But here we go. What else? Okay, I was saying tools. I get some interesting tools to take. Let's see. What do you think? Do you see anything there I should take? Again, I've got to look at that video and see what tools I took already. And I usually take this whole rack right here. I'll bring that with me. Bring this bin of manuals with me. I'll leave that to the end. Let's see. Actually, there's a book I need to put online right there. I think I'll do that. Pull that. Put it online this afternoon. And yeah, not sure what else. What else? Some interesting bits and pieces, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What am I missing? What should I pack here? Well, let's see. Well, anyway, I'm going to head back to my office and post this, seeing as I'm remembering right now. I might as well do it. So we'll do that, and we'll get back to packing for the show. So yeah, stay tuned. There'll be more. So I decided to keep the IHC catalog in inventory for the show rather than auctioning it off. It's just a little easier, and shipping books tends to be expensive in Canada due to weight. There's no media rate or anything like that, so you can't ship books cheaply. They tend to be expensive to ship. So anyway, I thought I'd talk about a friend of mine who unfortunately passed away last year, but it was a fellow dealer who generally, when he was loading, he would measure out everything. He didn't have the ability to pack in such a way that he could adapt. He kind of had to measure everything out. That's one thing with having these crates. They stack up neat and stack up kind of all the same size. You don't have different boxes and sizes to deal with at times. So anyway, he would have to measure everything out to fit everything in his vehicle. So literally measuring all the boxes, size, height, etc., and would draw it all out on paper and then pack like that. So yeah, I guess it's just basically the type of personality or mind you have that allows you to adapt. And in this business, you really do need to adapt at times and figure out how to pack differently. And each time, like, none of my loads are identical. They all pack differently. When I'm out picking, you've got to adapt and be able to kind of put things in like a puzzle and build walls and such to keep everything from sliding around and like so. But like I said, the crates all the same size or mostly the same size tends to help with that as well. But anyway, that's what he would have to do, is measure everything and literally map it out as to how it was going to go in the vehicle, and would have to go back in the vehicle the same way. So if he had bought something, he'd have to adapt somehow to that item, or pack it in such a way that it would fit in with his plans. Whereas I just it's a kind of a free-for-all, and just load and visualize how everything's going in, whereas he couldn't visualize. So he was a genetics professor, actually, so very intelligent man, but just couldn't adapt that way. So yeah, it really depends on the person, I suppose, on how you pack, but this is how I do it. Could be the ADHD, I don't know, who knows, but that's how I pack. You just adapt, and each time it's different. So yeah. Anyway, gonna look for some other stuff. Just try to decide what else to take. Let's see. There's a primitive grater. Yeah, maybe I'll take that. It'll be hard on the fingers if I catch it at all. But anyway, yeah. Let's see what else. What else can we find, folks? The military stuff. I should. Maybe some other military books. I don't know. Let's see. I'll be taking some of this military stuff, but again, I've got to look at my video from last year and see what I brought and what I didn't bring. So maybe I'll have to do that first. And vintage clothing doesn't really sell there, so I'm going to avoid that. And trucker caps and that sort of thing don't really sell there, so avoid that. I might take some caps though for some of these. It's police. Let's see. And yeah, I'll take that one. Yeah, take that one anyway. And is that a different style? No, not quite. That's a fire department. There's a different style there. I'll take that one. Okay, got a couple anyway. But take those along. I've got lots of them. I'd like to move some of them along. Just set them in there for now. They're not going to be in there permanently. Yeah. What else? Wascana. I think that's Saskatchewan. It's not in the best of shape, but might sell. Let's see. Anything else? It's BC. Yeah, okay. Then I'll be taking those condom machines you may have seen in previous videos. I'll be taking some of them. I've got to wrap them up. Okay, we'll just set that down for now. So, let's see what else we'll take. Should look in the showcases, I suppose, and see what else we've got. None of that's Saskatchewan, unfortunately. I do have some liquor advertising and such, but I don't think it'll go there. Might take these ducks this year. Maybe. And I will be taking these little guys, these bins of stuff. So I have to get some other crates for those, though, some apple crates. And I am taking these buttons this year, just this top bin. of them, and there'll be a bunch of this stuff that'll be going as well. I'll kind of leave that to the last couple days because they stack really quickly and easily into milk crates actually. So if you ever see these General Motors Mopar, and these, they're just warehouse storage boxes, bins. They fit really well in 4 in a milk crate. So there'll be a bunch of them going as well. So, well, what else? Decisions. I will be taking these as well. I've got boxes already pre-cut for them to just slide them into, so that'll be the last couple days. I'll do that as well. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna sign off for the moment, and yeah, we'll add some more as we go along. So I'm just packing some supplies, just kind of pre-packing. I probably won't finish this packing until the day before I go anyway, but I figure I'd pre-pack a few things. Some extra small bags, which I have a ton of. I don't have enough large bags. I'm having to scrounge them up from friends and family, but I do have some other bags, some little ones, so I'll use the little ones for small stuff. Camera supplies that I'm not using here currently. I still got to put a few in that I'm using, like the battery charger and an extra battery. Calculator, of course. I do have one on my phone, but if my phone dies, then I'm SOL. So I've got an extra one that way. Some extra tags in case I buy something along the way or at the show, and I'll be able to re-tag it for sale if it's something that I'm wanting to resell at the show. Some extra pens. I usually take at least 3 pens because you tend to lose them. Sometimes you lose them temporarily at the show and you're busy and you set it down and you don't know where it is. So then I've got pens. And a few extra sticky tags. Business cards as well. I just got new ones. So there we go. I've got a bunch that I usually put on the table. That can generate some extra business as well. Some packing tape, which I'll be using to pack stuff up at the end of the day when I wrap stuff in blankets and such. You want to secure it. And like I said, I got Windex. And this brush, if you ever see these brushes with a bristle that's half regular bristle and half brass bristles, they're excellent for cleaning your tables off, your tablecloths off. I guess they're a suede brush, basically, is what they're for. But, or a lint brush, an old-fashioned lint brush, but they're really handy for cleaning the dust and such off of tablecloths. So if you get some dust in your tablecloth and it doesn't come off with a wipe with your hand, these work excellent. I use these all the time, or this one all the time. I'm constantly trying to keep my eyes open for other ones, but I haven't found another one yet. But they're handy anyway. So there's that, and yeah, I'm going to get back to packing in the store. So I'm going to pack up the gum machines now. I don't see them selling beforehand in the next 4 or 5 days. There's a little bit more urgency now because I looked at the weather, and it turns out that the forecast is for snow the day that my friend is supposed to arrive. And we load up the vehicle, and then we're leaving the next day, which is also forecast for snow. So I want to be packed up extra early, just in case we have to leave 2 days early to avoid snow. And snow's not that big of a deal, but in this particular case, the temperatures are going to be between -2 and -10, and the highways can get pretty slick. If there's a wind and the snow starts to stick to the highway, it ices up and gets really dangerous. So we may have to leave 2 days early. So that means 2 days extra of hotel and such as well. So I'm not too keen about it, but we may have to do that. Anyway, so I'll get packing here, get loaded, and like I said, I pre-cut these. The boxes are actually meant for gum machines to begin with, so they fit perfectly. I ordered them from, or got the boxes from my orders with the vending machine company, buying vending machine material. So, and I'm going to have to put the keys in here. Hopefully I don't lose them this way, but drop them in there. And yeah, so go this way and tape them up. There's the tape. So yeah, get them taped up and secure, ready to load, and there we go. Sometimes this tape doesn't stick too well, so okay. The other one in here. It's funny how you get older and you start to make noises when you are working. Anyway. Oh, he doesn't want to come out. There we go. Okay. Oh, that one I must have cut a little short. Oh well. They're just temporary protective measures anyway. Not meant for shipping, so. Oh, I heard that. That's the tape letting go. So when the tape lets go, string somewhere on the outside. And the tape sticks to the tape. Doesn't have to stick to the cardboard. Do that on the other one as well. Doesn't have to be neat. Like I said, it's just for temporary purposes anyway. Okay, so that's them packed. And what I'm going to do with this video is make a part 2. So, thanks for watching, guys. There'll be another part of this video coming up. So, take care. Make sure you check out our other videos on antiquing, picking, thrifting, scrapping, etc. And watch for the second video of this series. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.